Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, today I thought we'd talk about the shortest sentence in the English language. Any guesses? The word no. The word no is a complete sentence, my friends. Without a shadow of a doubt, far too many of us fall into the realms of saying yes when no would suffice. You'll know what I mean if I say to you, whenever somebody says, can you do this? You say yes, even if you've already committed to doing something else. If they ask you if you can do that, yeah, of course I can, not a problem. And all the time you're thinking, oh, why have I just said that? That type of thing. Why do we do that? Why do we fall into that habit of just saying yes instead of no? For me, it always used to be the fact that actually I didn't want to upset anybody. I was a bit of a people pleaser. I didn't want to upset people. I didn't want them to think badly of me. I didn't want them to think I couldn't cope, especially if it was work related or to do with my kids when they were growing up. You know, we like to give this perfect picture to the world. We like to present perfection to the world. Yes, I've got this all under control. And actually we don't most of the time. You know, we're all human and we all struggle, and we, all of us, I think it's fair to say, from time to time at least, fall into the realms of overwhelm and stress and all that business. And if we could master the art of saying no, life would get a lot simpler. And yet it's so difficult. We find it really hard. Why do we find it hard? For me, it wasn't the fact that I felt it difficult to say no. I genuinely got myself into a habit of just saying yes. Yeah, of course I will. Of course I can. The trick is in understanding that if you say yes to something and then you subsequently find out that you've bitten off more than you can chew, not quite what you thought it was going to be, any other multitude of reasons, there isn't any reason why that yes can become, hang on, I've thought about this, in consideration, actually I can't do it. I've just remembered you don't have to be rude to anybody, but by the same token, nor do you have to give anybody a reason unless you choose to. You don't have to justify, apologise, explain yourself, etc. just because you've dared to say no to somebody, especially if it's somebody that you've historically said yes to. I mean, they might rail against that. Why? You always do that. You always pick so-and-so up on a Friday at 6:30. Well, actually, this week I can't. Is a longer version of saying no. You don't have to use the word no, is what I'm trying to say to you. You can couch it how you like as long as the meaning is clear. Actually, this week, nope, I'm sorry, I can't do that. No, I'm sorry, Tuesdays are no good for me from now on because I'm doing X, Y, Z. But you only have to justify yourself if you feel the need to. So on this Wisdom Wednesday, I would like to ask you to practice the art of saying no. But more importantly, practice the art of saying no without actually using the word no. Yeah? You can do anything you want. You can couch it any way you want. Actually, I would really love to do that, but you know what? I've already promised so-and-so that I'll do this instead. You might have, you might not. And I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that you lie about something. What I am suggesting is that you start to value your own time. If saying yes instead of no is encroaching on your very valuable 86,400 seconds of each and every day that we all have, to the detriment of your life, that's the time to start considering to the power of no. We've all, we've all heard, I'm sure, of Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. Just drop the W off. The power of no is immense. People rail against it initially, but when they get used to it, when they get used to the fact that you won't automatically say yes to doing something, they start to be more considerate of your time. And if they're considerate of your time, there isn't any reason on earth why you couldn't be. But you have to lead the way. Everything begins and ends with you. You lead the way. Set your personal boundaries to build in the absolute fact that you are not always going to say yes. If you don't like an outright no, massage the words. Use maybe. Let me think about that. I think I might have something else on, but I'll double check. And then go back to them and say, actually, I can't. I was right. I'm doing X, Y, Z on this night. Do not get sucked into the hamster wheel of life, which is yes, 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 yes. Because no, 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 no is far more beneficial for you in the long run, without a shadow of a doubt. You can fall into the realms of apologising for saying no if you want, if it makes you feel better. But you're giving away your power if you do that. Apologise if it's a genuine, actually, I said I would, but I've just realised I've got this to do and I've really, really got to do it. That's fine. But don't apologise for the sake of apologising. If you've committed to doing something and you genuinely don't want to do it anymore, or if you've always done something forever on Tuesday at 6 o'clock and you don't want to do it for the rest of your life at Tuesday on 6 o'clock, find a way around it. Say, and actually, I've had enough of this now. I'm not doing it anymore. You can be as blunt as you like. I would suggest you not, but work with the word. Work with the word. Don't even use the word if it offends you. If it offends you, it's likely to offend somebody else as well if you use it. Be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself in any equation where somebody else is expectant of you, in that you'll give up your time, your expertise, your money, anything. It doesn't matter. It could just be an invite to go out for coffee, but you may have already been out 5 times for coffee this week with friends already, and you know you've got to get some work done, or you've got to stay home and look after the kids. It doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter what your reasons for saying no are, as long as you don't deliberately cause offence or upset to somebody. Yeah? We can be kind. If it comes down to being right or kind in any situation, it was the Dalai Lama or Buddha, somebody like that said, if it comes down to being right or kind, be kind anyway, because you'll be right in the end. The power of no is no different. You can work around the word itself. I promise you can. Stop being nice about it. If somebody's taking the mick, somebody's taking advantage of you, and you know they're taking advantage of you, maybe that's the time where you don't have to be as nice about it. You know, you can be firm but fair. You don't have to be rude. And again, you don't have to use the word no. No, I'm really sorry. I've realised just how much time this is costing me. And frankly, I don't have that much time anymore. I need to do something for me. Or I've got to take my kids to XYZ club on this day instead. Let me come back to you. That's a really good stopgap. Let me come back to you while you go away and consider if you really do want to do something before you give a finite no. Don't just say yes. It's one of the habits that we get into. And as this series goes on, you'll hear me talk a lot about automaticity. When somebody asks us a question and we automatically go, yep, that's fine. Okay, yep, no problem. And then you go, oh, shouldn't have said that. But you don't have the guts to say, actually, I made a mistake. I spent far too long doing that. And I promise you, it got me into a lot of trouble. Because having said yes, there's no way on God's green earth I was going to see myself fail. I've said this before. Look, failure in terms of success means that you're not successful. There isn't one successful person on the entire planet who hasn't at some point in their life failed. And I'm pretty darn sure that most of them say no at least 1,000,000 times a day. No doesn't have to be the end of the world for you or the person that you're putting off, letting down, in your opinion. If you're letting somebody down, that might be cause for consideration. But be mindful of your time, be mindful that it's valuable, and be mindful that you are not at the beck and call of anybody, only yourself. And if you're frightened about what other people think of you, if you have to say, give back word to somebody, or change your mind, or just an outright, I'm sorry, I don't want to do that, it's not up my street, remember, the opinions of other people, nice as they can be at times, are none of our business. So the next time somebody says to you, can you do me this? Will you do me that? I was wondering if, my challenge to you, ladies and gents, is just don't say yes automatically. Just say, hang on, let me check my diary. I'll just have a think about that, whatever. Give yourself some breathing space, make a considered decision. And even then, if you start doing whatever it is you've been asked to do and you change your mind, no shame in saying, actually, I've realised I've overcommitted. I wouldn't be doing you the service that I thought I was doing if I tried to do this, because frankly, I don't have the time. I, however, have all the time in the world, and if you want to talk about this off camera, as it were, just drop me some comments in the message boxes below, and we can hook up and have a virtual coffee over Zoom or something like that. I'm going to fly now, not literally, but I've got tons to do. So have a wonderful Wednesday. It's a wet Wednesday here in Yorkshire, but have a wonderful Wednesday wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.